Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? The Saints are also bringing back Tyrann Mathieu and Cameron Jordan, and both of those veterans have reworked the final years of their respective deals. You can call it what you want, reworking it, taking a pay cut, structuring it, incentive-laden. Effectively, they're taking less to be back in New Orleans. And I love it. Listen, Tyrann's going to take an incentive-based deal, and he played every game last year but dealt with shoulder, heel, groin, and forearm injuries. So his snap count was the lowest since 2016. Cam Jordan has seen his snap count decrease dramatically as well. From a guy who never came off the field, was only on the field for about half of the defensive snaps a season ago. I am, you know this, like I'm not optimistic about the team on the field for 2025. Not just me. I mean, I shared with you a bit ago some of the odds makers have updated Super Bowl odds here since the start of free agency. The Saints have the third worst odds. Only the Browns and Titans, the teams picking 1 and 2 in the draft, have worse odds than the Saints to win the Super Bowl. So there's not a lot of reason to like the Saints on the field. They're a 5-win team a year ago. They're running it back with most of the same players. And one of the things the primary thing I don't like about what they've done in free agency is they've continued to put money on the books in future years in an effort to sign guys to win now, when I don't think they're anywhere close to winning anything of significance now. Maybe you go from a 5-win team to a 7-win team or an 8-win team. What really have you done then? You've still continued to mortgage your future to try to win now with a roster that's not capable of winning. So I hate that. What I do like is this. I like this trend of what they've done in the locker room, especially with a new coach. Cam Jordan, all-time great New Orleans Saint, is going to spend year 15 in New Orleans. He's going to retire a Saint. Tyrann Mathieu, in his hometown, is going to finish his career with the Saints. 2 veterans, great leaders, team captains, locker room guys, especially with a new head coach who's 36 years old. You got these veteran players in the locker room. I love that. Devon Gottschall, a Louisiana guy. You saw his social media post. Fired up to come home. Playing his high school ball at Plaquemine, college ball at LSU, now getting to play for the Saints. He's fired up for it. Justin Reed said the same thing. Opportunity to come to Louisiana, try to rebuild with the Saints. Today, we learn they've re-signed Will Clapp. Love the addition of Will Clapp. Veteran interior offensive lineman who can play guard or both guard positions or center, any of the 3 interior positions. Versatile, inexpensive player from New Orleans, knows the Saints, knows the culture. You've still got Foster Moreau on the roster. He's a great leader, great team guy, fan favorite. A lot of that roster composition, as far as the character of the dudes in the locker room, I love that. I think that's the thing. If there's one thing about this roster that I like, it's that. It's the character, the composition of the locker room. That's not even counting a guy like Demario Davis, who's still here as well. I don't think that's necessarily going to translate into wins this season. But I do like, as you're trying to build culture with a new head coach, a new staff, a new era, I do like the guys you have making up this roster. And I think it would have been real easy for Cam Jordan, for example. It would have been really easy for him, and understandable, if he wanted to go ring chasing. Nobody would have faulted him. J.J. Watt's the greatest Houston Texan ever. He finished his career in Arizona. Houston was in a rebuild. They said, we're giving you the opportunity to go somewhere where you can still play and have a chance to win. Didn't work out in Arizona, but they gave him a chance. I mean, Ndamukong Suh, that's what he did at the end of his career. Tampa Bay, Philly, just where do I have a chance to go win a Super Bowl? Randy Moss did this. Do y'all remember, Randy Moss in 2012 came back into the NFL in 2012 with San Francisco. Randy Moss was on the, remember that? Randy Moss was on the 49ers in 2012, the team with Kaepernick that went to the Super Bowl in New Orleans and lost to Baltimore. Like, Randy Moss was on that team. He was ring chasing at the end. And by the way, in any sport, I don't fault any guy at all. You're a veteran player and you're trying to get one. I mean, Karl Malone, Gary Payton playing for the Lakers in 2004. I mean, try to get it. It's okay. Nobody would have blamed Cam Jordan at all if he would have gone and like, hey, maybe I can go be the 52nd guy on the roster in Philly or San Francisco or with the Bengals or the Bills and played 1 year and try to win a Super Bowl. Chiefs, who knows? Nobody would have faulted him. We all would have understood it. Saints were asking him to take less. He could have said, nah, just release me. I'll go play somewhere else, try to get a ring. And he still would have come back one day when his name goes in the Ring of Honor. He'd be roundly cheered. He's going to the Saints Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor. He's knocking on the door of the Pro Football Hall of Fame as well, and we're all going to celebrate him. It would have been totally understandable if he would have left. I mean, Emmitt Smith finished his career in Arizona. Jerry Rice played for the Seahawks. I mean, like, it happens. But Cam said he wants to play here, wants to finish his career here. So he took less money to be able to finish his career, play all 15 seasons with the New Orleans Saints, and then very likely will retire after this season and go have an awesome TV media career. But while I don't like the makeup of this roster talent-wise and the financial composition this year and what you had to do to future years to make it work for this year, well, I don't like how they've pushed money on a lot of these big contracts in the future years when you're not close to winning. I do like the character of the guys they've brought into this locker room onto this roster. For the 36-year-old head coach, that's a good thing. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.